Have you ever stopped to think about all the crazy things we can do in GTA 5 if we don't follow what the game asks us to do? Whether in missions, in normal gameplay, cutscenes, bugs, glitches, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do if you don't follow what the game asks you to do by default. I already showed this in a video, which was part 1 of this video here, where I show several bizarre things you can do in that mission with Tracy, where she's on the yacht there with the guys and all, that Michael is going to pick her up. And in this video here, we're going to explore part 2 of what happens if you don't follow the mechanics of GTA 5. That said, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and let's get started. The first mission here that we're going to see is the mission Dead Man Walking. This mission here, for those who don't remember, is the one where Michael meets Dave at the observatory. I think it's at the observatory where they meet, and then Dave asks him for a favor because everyone is kind of stuck there. And this favor basically is to enter the morgue to see if there's someone there with the tag of dead and with the name Ferdinand Kerimov. And up to that point, everything is fine. The thing here is that to enter the morgue, Michael has to pretend to be dead. After he enters, we have the option to wake up inside the morgue. However, if you don't press to wake up as the game suggests, where it tells you to press X to wake up. If you don't do this, there will be a mega dialogue between the two doctors. In this dialogue, the guys will say that Michael, as soon as they open him up, will probably find a burger still in the package, and that he probably died while having fun with a young girl, his heart couldn't handle it, and the woman probably must have been relieved when he passed away. Check out this dialogue, it's pretty funny.
The fat deposits on his hips and abdomen suggest a fondness for bleeder burgers.
We're probably about to find one in his gut, still in its wrapper.
Right next to the bottle of scotch and pack of redwoods. See the broken capillaries around the nose?
Alcoholic.
I wouldn't take any bets on the state of the liver.
We still think 40s?
Takes a toll.
He's an advert for clean living.
Note the discoloration of the teeth and the fingers.
Smoker.
Pack a day, I'd say. Probably cigars, too.
I was going like there was no tomorrow.
He's got that right. Some people think they're immortal.
So you get chest pains pumping away at your mistress.
Lucky girl having this thing on top of her, huh?
She was probably relieved when he bought it.
Awkward conversation with the spouse. Might have got some hush money.
It's a win-win.
Only losers are the chumps who gotta cut him open to rule cause of death. Get ready with the bone saw and the rib spreader. You might want to hold your nose.
The second mechanic here doesn't happen within a mission, it's more like a feature that occurs in the game. I've seen some videos showing what happens when you steal cars from the protagonists. One protagonist calls or sends a message to the other, but that didn't work for me. I know that when you steal a car from Amanda or Tracy, Michael will send you a message, at least I'm sure of that, right? From Amanda, from Tracy. If you steal a car from either of them, I know that Michael will always end up sending you a message complaining about what you did. But I did a test here with Franklin stealing Michael's car, and man, I didn't receive any message, okay? It could be, I don't know, depending on the version of GTA 5 or something like that. It might appear for you, but it didn't show up for me. Not even when I destroyed the character's car in question, for example. I took Michael's car, went there and destroyed it, and still nothing happened. And vice versa, okay? Not even with Michael stealing Franklin's car and so on. I don't know why this thing isn't working, or if it's really all fake that I saw on the internet, but I tested it here and it didn't work out. However, like I said, if I come with Franklin or Trevor and steal Amanda's car or Tracy's car, then I receive a text message from Michael, that's for sure. Going back to the cutscenes that happen when you disobey the game, there's a really crazy one that we can also see if we don't follow the game. In the mission Fresh Meat, we're supposed to go by default, go there and try to rescue Michael. Franklin is talking to Trevor there, trying to find out a bit of Michael's location, and then he finds out that Michael is somewhere in Los Santos. Lester is going to try to track him down, and we have a time limit to reach Michael, which is a lot of time, okay? So like, you can make a lot of mistakes on the map. What's the deal? If you start there, switch to Michael, and then go back to Franklin and finally back to Michael, a countdown timer will start down there. If you wait too long, and when I say too long, I mean really long, Michael will go through a secret cutscene where he ends up dying. Just take a look. Exiting the cutscene stops here. One that I'm going to show you is in the jewelry store heist. In the jewelry heist, there are some things that we can do to test the game mechanics and make sure they are working correctly. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when we're heading to the jewelry heist, Michael ends up warning Franklin not to make mistakes when throwing grenades and the tear gas BZ. Why? Like, if you only have the sleeping gas, that gas we throw into the air conditioning fan at the jewelry heist, if you only have that, Michael's dialogue won't happen. Now, let's say you have tear gas in your weapon wheel, and besides the tear gas, you also have the sleeping gas, which is the BZ gas. In this case, usually Michael will have a dialogue with you as you're on your way to the jewelry store, telling you not to mix up the cans, not to throw the other one and kill the people. And even if you throw the right can, which is the sleep gas, not to throw too many cans because otherwise you can also kill the people. What did I decide to do? I arrived at the jewelry heist with Franklin, and instead of selecting the sleep gas, I chose tear gas and threw it. And then, very weird, right? The mission fails, saying that the police were alerted because of the tear gas. Like, if you throw the sleep gas, the police aren't alerted, but if you threw tear gas, the police are alerted, and that doesn't make sense, I think. The mission could fail because the idea is not to kill those hostages inside the store, but to say that the police would show up was a bit lazy from the developers. The other stop I tried to make was to throw several sleep gas grenades to see if the mission would fail or something like that. And then the mission ran normally, okay? Even though Michael said that if you threw too much, you would end up killing those people. Dude, you can throw like 4, 5, 6 cans and it's no big deal. Go ahead. Another stop that we can also make here in the jewelry store heist is if you steal all the jewels, smash all the display cases, grab all the jewels and don't leave the store. If you do all that and don't leave the store, you can even keep shooting from inside, no problem, okay? What will happen is, like, the game will teleport you outside in order to play the final cutscene of the mission and so on. That's pretty cool. There's another thing that can happen too if you don't follow the game correctly. What it is, if you let the time run out, okay? If you, for example, choose Ricky Luckins, who is the worst hacker, and let the time run out and stay inside the jewelry store, what can happen is another cutscene will play as soon as you leave if you haven't grabbed all the jewels yet, and this other cutscene shows everyone getting arrested.
Get out with your hands up! Shit! Get off the shit! Fight! Motherfucker! Drop your weapon!
Yeah, I get it. Took too long.
Down slow.
I was out, you know.
Got you, motherfuckers.
Besides that, there's one more cool thing you can do. So after that part of the chase, you know, with the police in the middle of the river there in Los Santos and so on, anyway, we end up with the truck. After we finish that chase, the game in a way glitches, and then you no longer have a wanted level. With that, you can go back to the jewelry store with that truck. The mission won't fail. You can rest assured. You can go back to the jewelry store, fully explore it, okay? It's completely open, including the manager's door and all. Everything's open, and all the showcases are fixed, but this time they are bulletproof. So the game doesn't wait for you to actually finish the mission to fix the jewelry store itself. Another cool thing that happens here is that even if you destroy everything, attract police attention and so on, the police actually won't come after you until after you complete the mission and then return to free mode. That's when the police might try to catch you and so on. Another thing I tried to do here, I was already kind of skeptical. I thought it wouldn't work, but hey, it doesn't hurt to try since we already have the no. The other thing I tried to do was to try to remove the snow from North Yankton. North Yankton is the city we go to in the prologue, and in the mission, bury the hatchet. That is the mission there, full of snow everywhere. And I wanted to put sunny weather there to see how it would look, to see if I could see better, because there's a damn fog in that city and all, but unfortunately the game, it doesn't give you that option. It always denies the code. And then, well, just sadness. Not to say like there's really no way to not see North Yankton 100%, like in a different weather, there's a bug that you can exploit to be able to explore North Yankton, okay? You can do it on console. And the last crazy stop I tried to do here was to try to pick up the shoe sellers, but with no money. So the first crazy test I came here to do was first to arrive without money. What did I do? I selected here all the money I had. With that money, I took and invested everything in the stock market to end up with no money in my pocket, and tried there with the shoe sellers to see how it would be. And then simply you can't pick them up because you have no money. And up to that point, all good. What did I do after that? I first returned the money to the character, let them get in the car, called them. And then when I was inside the car, I ended up making investments in stocks and so on. And then after that, with them already inside the car, I stopped in place to see if the service would happen or not, but in fact it didn't work. When she realizes that you are broke, she leaves as if they could know your bank account without even asking you. There are even crazier things that happen when you disobey GTA 5, like disobeying the mission where Tracy is on the yacht where they are filming adult movies. So I'll leave part 1 here on the final screen. By clicking next to this yellow arrow, you'll see this video that is really good. So click there. You guys will enjoy it a lot. That's it, guys. Until the next video. So take care and see you later.